Alright, we are live again. Now, I don't know what happened, but I guess my computer like blue screen for a second. It's the first time that's happened. I'm sure there's nothing wrong. Right? Yeah, my computer like straight died, bro. Like, did you have today off or are you on break? It's like, bro, I was like straight vein mining and it kind of like died. Ooh, you got off at midnight? I know I already told you, but I'm gonna say it again. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you and the missus have a good one. Had an eventful day. Had someone come into my Borderlands stream and say I was bad at the game for using modded weapons. I'll let my missus know. Hey, Bun. Jan said for us to have. She said to have a happy Thanksgiving as well. Yeah, to be expected. I I ran the boss normal one run because I wanted to prove that hey, it wasn't skill issue, it was just time saving. At the end of the day, I want to move on to different projects. Speaking of, did you happen to change the file for the phosphine to be read-only? Because for some reason it won't let me tick off those check marks. Ah, gotta love electronics, bro. Everything will be working and then all of a sudden, nah. But it's all good. I didn't know if you had to change something because the document changed its settings or something stupid. We're going to be working on a latex farm today, so hopefully it won't be too complicated. If you do happen to be free on Monday, we can try that Minecraft Might thing out. I still haven't looked any videos up on it because I didn't want to be spoiled. Give you my raw, unfiltered reaction to it. I think that's a good starting point. I think we'll just round off the wall. Alright, no worries, bro. I didn't want to inconvenience you with it, because it's such a stupid thing. I don't know why it changed. Because I know you didn't mess with it. I was, I was trying to mark off the Lucian's flank. I'm like, wait a minute. I got it within 20 minutes of the stream today. It was insane. I believe that might be good for the base right now. Let's push it one more back. Here. We're gonna have all this room to work with. Starting to feel a lot less claustrophobic, so. Still haven't checked to see if the void has monsters that can spawn in it. Should really look into that. But for now, I don't think I'm going to worry about monster, like a mob farm. Because the only thing I would say I would need the mob farm for would be the hearts to make more heart canisters. Pushing it to the yellow tier, which we need like 10 god apples for. At least you can craft them. So what I did off camera was I made an apple farm, of course. And I made a hemp farm as well. So whenever we get to HV, we don't get one shot by the power cables, which is always nice. And then our apples are going into here. And I did a little bit of modifying to our iron, which we have 33,000 now. But the modifications, I switched to a blast furnace, but I had to also double up on the resource generator. It's making all sorts of iron, which is good. Our power, I don't know what it is, but with this machine specifically, it's always drained, and this one's like always full. So I guess it's prioritizing this one for whatever reason. Is it because of the... Okay, that makes even less sense. I thought since it would be in the same chunk, but no, this is technically in the same chunk as the accumulator, so I have no idea. Kind of weird, but we also have a thermal shard farm going. So I'll just take some excess lapis stone, slam it in this barrel over here, have it come down here and make some thermal shards for more generation. So we can expand our thermoelectric power easily and efficiently, which is sweet. We added, let's see, I also added wire production now. So we can slam that down. We should have some aluminum wire in here, which is good. I think I added the aluminum thing in the last stream. We did aluminum and mixed stone. I upgraded this, so now we can have up to 73,000, and we'll have the strainer, we'll have the meshes up here for now. but in terms of uranium, apparently these are better than obsidian for resource generation. Because if we go into the resource generation 2, our speed blocks sitting right here, so it's like 2 times as fast as the obsidian almost. So I'll definitely take advantage of that. But we don't have diamond pickaxes, and steel doesn't mine obsidian that fast. But as for right now, we're not really in a need for making resource generator 2 items. So we'll hold off on that. So without further ado, let's go down to latex. So we need the processing unit, which means we're gonna need 4 iron, a block of redstone, a furnace, 2 buckets. I feel like I'm gonna need another block of redstone, but for now we'll just start with that. So 7. Okay. 4 iron, the buckets, the pity frame, furnace. Where's our pity frame at? Okay, now that should be... Our fluid extractor is not that bad. Alright, so fluid extractor, we're going to need a gold pressure plate. Alright. Processing unit complete. So we're going to need to make a magenta farm with some cloche. And then we're going to need... Oh, I think I need the fluid extractor first. So I'll need another pity frame. And 2 cobblestone. And that's way too expensive, bro. Can't handle that. Piston. 4 more iron. And I guess a gold pressure plate. Which our gold, dude, our gold is completely cooking, bro. We got 7.2 thousand blocks, 65, got 57,000 sitting in here in the buffer, which might end up having to replace that copper upgrade with another gold soon. Found a place for our slag to go through from our steel production. Since slag glass is used in a few future crafts. So what we can do is we can take our slag from the crude furnace. Ooh. Thank you, thank you. Bun. Leon's missus told us. Alright. So let's go ahead and make the pressure plates. And... it's 2 cobble. Man, if that isn't perfect right here. Alright, cool. Go ahead and light this area up a little bit more. Man, we are about to have so much machinery. Alright. Fluid extractor. Now, why... Okay, so I do need the magenta for the other 2 to log. Okay, I was starting to get concerned. I'm like, why isn't it checking off? But that makes sense. So what we'll do is we'll, sapling grow. And we're gonna need the magenta. Oh, shouldn't do that. Shapeless. Right. Perfect. And we'll make another crook, since that's how much sticks gave us. 23 leaves, that's pretty good. And we can use the wood to make some leaves, so we can add that to our storage compartment. So leaves, the magenta apple, the wood. All right. So we're gonna need, I want to say 5 should do. 5 might be good enough. So we'll need 5 dirt. We're gonna need more garden cloche, which means we're gonna need more glass. I hope we have a lot of treated wood. We should. Yeah, we have a decent amount. And if we don't, we are sitting at a comfortable 53 buckets of creosote, which is nice. Go ahead and put the coal coke up for now. I don't see me needing that much anyway. Go grab some glass. I might end up having to make a second crusher for nitrate. Maybe. If we end up going to diesel power, which it's kind of annoying to make because I don't have a reliable way to make sandstone automatically. Unless there's something in this is the assembler. Oh, the assembler might do it. The assembler is a complex machine capable of crafting items similar to how a player would. That might actually do it. Okay, that works. So what we can do, I'm thinking for the diesel power, we're gonna need sugarcane for the plant. No, okay, we can use the hemp seeds for the plant oil. And we can use sugarcane for the ethanol, because we don't have access to glowberries. Then saltpeter, we can have a, I don't know how to automate this, because I guess nitrate would be a better option, because we can send the sand from this. But I think I might make a separate setup for just sand assembly, because I'm going to have to make 2 of these, crush them, send them into gravel, the gravel drawer to buffer, send it right back into the crusher to make sand, and then send the sand through an assembler. And then that should make our sandstone, and then you can send the sandstone through the same crusher to make nitrate at a 50%. But it can keep recycling, because it can send the excess sand back through the assembler, and we'll just have a loop. If I'm correct about that. We'll just go ahead and make more garden cloche. Where is it? Oh, we need more iron mechanical components. All right, 13's pretty good. Oh, I do have glass. You know what? For convenience, I'm just going to put that there. So the garden cloche is there. Might need a relay for this. We'll take the connectors. Better safe than sorry. We'll just set it off on a separate grid. And we might as well also take another accumulator, maybe. Need another bucket. And then 8 redstone, I believe. I think I've got like 7 days tracked on this. 7 to 8 days tracked on this mod pack. And all I've been doing is AFKing for resources, so the next time we stream, I can push the mod pack even further. So what we're going to do, we have the golden bucket with us, so we'll never have to run back for 2 buckets of water again. We'll just grab a stack of thermal shards from our AF production. So we can either drag the line down even more, or we can set up a separate area for it. I don't know how much the latex processing unit's going to take, but I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of power. So what I might end up doing is separating from this grid over here. We can make it over here, I guess. Alright, so with that, set up our thermoelectric generators. Shapeless. Let's go grab some more. Luckily, I made a spare stack. Hate having these thermoelectric generators everywhere, but it's a lot less of a hassle than the windmill and the water wheel. Definitely gonna need more connectors. I'm going on a whim on this as well, so hopefully I'm going to be correct about the amount of power. Because the amount of power we're going to need is going to fluctuate. What I'm really scared about is the stasis chambers. We do not want the Wither or the Warden to escape, so we need a reliable power source for the stasis chambers. I don't think this is going to cut it. So that's why I'm leaning more towards the biodiesel factory in the future. I didn't grab the wires. I'm an idiot. But oh man. So we got 3 rows. We'll have the LV accumulator in the middle. So we'll have it here. Power input. Energy output. We'll have a connector there. I'll have a relay connected to all those. What we can do now is we can take our wires. We're going to end up needing more of those, but they're kind of also automated. Now for the fun times. Connecting all of these with a single relay. Actually. I don't know if I should. I feel like I would have better energy buffer if I had 3 inputs on the sides. Yeah, you know what? That's probably what I'll do instead. Let's go grab the wire cutters. I don't know if it's canon or not, but if it ends up being true, we can have the 3 times the input, so it's not being throttled by a single relay. So we'll put one there and right there. Connect these here. So there's one done. Okay, that should be enough for that. Now we can relay them into the connectors on each side. Making sure that's an input. Also an input. So we can connect these wires to each side. All right, now for this, we can set our connector here. Set our garden cloche. I guess they could be... Guess I could be right here. Then the relay can go above it. we're going to need to make a flopper. Infinite water source. We're going to need to bring... Yeah, that's barely touching it at all. So this is perfectly powered. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and set up some fluid pipes. We'll get a flopper. Which I think a flopper is, yeah, it's pretty simple. We'll craft another bucket, since it's going to be consumed. Flopper there. We have enough fluid pipes. We don't need to craft any more for now. Pipe those in. Flopper there. Water bucket. So now we have water going into the cloche. Now we just need 5 dirt, 5 magenta. Two voids. Or I could just have a... We'll be smart about it. We'll have a multi-drawer having the... the wood and the sticks going into. Or the leaves. Sticks. Since we do need the wood for the latex. And there's nothing that the leaves can make. Not particularly, no. Okay. Put up the pipes. We'll keep the relay, actually. So we're going to need the drawers. Where is... Guess we'll make one. We'll make a new 1x1. Let's see, voidstone for the face, and why not? We'll make a lapis block for the body of it. Nice blue and black combination. Alright, so we're gonna need some nodes. Some filters. We'll go ahead and just grab 5. And barrels. I need a way to sort them. And we'll grab a handful of hoppers as well. So we'll line these up. Should start doing their work after we put the... Don't I grab the dirt? My bad. Alright, once we put the magenta log, the saplings and the dirt in, we should be starting to make the items we need. And that'll be part 1. That should start making... So we will send... we will send them into a 1x2. Actually, we should grab another barrel. And then what we'll do is we will set the barrel link to the void drawer. That'll be our buffer drawer. And that'll work better. That'll work better than sifting it the other way. The 900 nodes. So we'll set that there. Pop it into this. Put the input node for this. This will be our trash. This will be our trash filter. We'll go ahead and put the stick, the magenta leaves, because we don't need those. Put this in there. We'll put the frame drawer. I guess above it would work. I think. If I can place it. There we go. Void that. Put the output. I guess right here. Then another trash filter for the receiver. Gonna need a master node since it's so far away from the system. Thank goodness I have 4. We can set up 3 more separate systems, self-containing. Just slam it on the bottom of that. Why not? So we'll connect these 2. Master node. That should start depositing. Go ahead and lock this in. So that's going to be voided. So all we're left with is the logs. Which is good. So now, how to set up this, because this is what we're going to need. Latex and water can be mixed in this to make plastic. So we're going to need a way to set. We're going to need another flopper with water pumping into this. And then do we connect? Not sure how we do this. I guess I could place them down for now to see what their UI is. KFE's not bad. Right. Okay. So I'll put a flopper underneath this. So it's going to push it from the bottom. Now, how do I just put it in here? Okay. Fluid extractor. Power optional? Yeah, I'm not entirely too sure what we do with this. Because this is the only... Kind of at a loss for this. Well, outputs, latex. So we might need to hopper it into it. Then the fluid extractor. Well, for now, we're going to take the input and we will make 2 filters for the logs. So they will be going into this. So go ahead and put that into there. Connect it to the system. All right, so now everything should be set up in that regard. So we'll put this in here. Okay. Now for the connector, we're going to actually relay this. Connector it this way. Actually. Should be a little bit cleaner. Okay. So we're getting power now. Now, the only thing I'm like confused about is where does the logs get sent to in this? Wait a minute. Oh. Oh. Okay. So if we have to place it down, all right, so now it's pushing the latex in. Is that gonna ever break, or is that just... Do I even need a farm? Because it doesn't seem like it's gonna fully break it. Okay. Well, in that case, we can set up a... flopper area back here. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever worked with latex, so this is all new to me. So we are going to need I'm actually going to push it back this way. Have a light source there. So 2. I love how the cables didn't get affected by it whatsoever. Okay, it does break. Now, is there any way to placer? Block placer. Okay, okay. That'll work. Oh, no. I'm gonna guess that's the input one. Okay. So that's... So we're just gonna have to get the block placer. I didn't even know that was a thing. Thank God that exists. Very handy. It doesn't even say anything about it either. That's the crazy part. Guess we'll place it there. And we will move this to be here. Then we can set output there. Now, is this going to... Wait, it doesn't... Oh, that's weird. All the other things, all the other ones kind of just do it. That's strange. My bad. We'll just popper it in then. Then we'll set again the output. Tired of having to destroy it, but needs to just work. Alright, so that'll give us the dry rubber. know if I destroy that, it's gonna... We'll try to encase it to where it'll, be known not to mess with this area and for the future. One off. Off, actually. Alright. That's good. That'll, provide enough space for the system. Looks really bad, I know, but it is what it is. So now we're gonna need a furnace. We already got the hoppers. We're gonna need 2 resource generator 1s. Furnace. Resource generators. We'll grab 2 void chunks. So that'll allow us to... Oh, we're running out of hoppers. That's crazy. My inventory is a straight mess right now. Oh well. It'll be alright. So now we could put the relay back down. We'll wire it back up. So this will get sent to furnace. Actually, I want to make it a little bit more professional than that. How compact can we make this without it looking insanely stupid? Probably not. Probably not that much. We'll set this here. I'll use these blocks. Set this here. Needs to be one more up. Lock this one. Believe I can set it there. So go here. There. Furnace. Poppers. These. We'll take the dry rubber from there. Just go in here. I should start smelting the dry rubber. And that'll go into be plastic. All right, so that should make highly debating on making this go faster. Yeah, it breaks so slow, and that's what's making me think that I can set a minecart rail, since we do have access to gold, going back and forth with a hopper, and have it collect from this, run back and forth, keep placing the block placers, having all these fluid extractors along the wall, and then have all the latex pump into the processor. But the problem with that is how much it takes to make a processing unit. And also, I don't know how to connect, because I know these fluid pipes from immersive engineering, I don't know if they require a pump or not. Because I know it requires a pump over here next to the coke oven. And that's how I'm pumping it out. Which I'm gonna assume is how that would work, but I think for now, it's gonna be okay. Because I don't think we need a lot of plastic. I might go grab that void upgrade for the wood. But we'll put everything back up. We'll make inventory look a little bit nicer. Ooh, looks like we're gonna need a lot more LV coils. Go ahead and make a lot of them. Yeah, apparently I can just use a stick to make 4, which would be a lot better, but it's what it is. Uh oh, we have. I didn't realize we had zoom. Okay. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. And we'll put the V-Bucks up. We're never over here anymore. It's kind of sad. We can almost get rid of this, honestly. Could have been using it the entire time, indeed, bro. It's one of them, the more you knows. Oh, it's one of them adjustable zooms, too. Primitive torch making, by God. Alright, resourceful furnace. Oh, man. Well, we can make the vitality blade. Which I don't want to use until I have mending. So I feel like... Yeah, we're gonna need heart containers for this as well to make the blade stronger. Still does better like base damage than the steel sword, so that's good. But that requires a lot of work, and I need to figure out a way to get better hearts. Still thinking a mob grinder. Really thinking about it. I think we need a lot of bronze, a lot of iron. Are pork chops actually cooked yet? Oh, I didn't have any cooking. That sucks. We'll put the blade in there for now. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'll thank myself later. I do got to be mindful of the void because going back to it, we have to set up a factory of some sort in the void as well. So I got to be mindful of that. So I guess what we can do is we can craft it's an infinity wand. Guess we can craft a bunch of wands. And we'll see if mobs spawn. Alright, I have that control seed, control V, so... Huh. This is scary, bro. I need to see if mobs spawn in this dimension. Is there any player-based spikes? You know what? That actually is a... No? But we do have, we have the mob imprisonment tool. Oh. We do have the mob slaughter factory. I don't know if that counts as a player, kill or not. Starting to think there's no mob spawning in this area. Oh god, that scared me. Hmm. Alright, so question about this. Okay. I'm gonna guess these, we don't really have tanks. Guess that might work, but I could probably do barrels, but... They're liquid XP? No. Liquid meat. Ooh. Alright, so my plan for a mob grinder in the void is not really working yet. So the next best thing I could think of is the mob duplicator. But that's in-game. Unless I clear out a stupidly big area in the cave. But since there's cave systems, it would mess with the spawn rates as well. So I would need to clear out a giant area. I don't even know if the nether works in here or not. I don't think so. We'll need a pity machine. Two furnaces, 4 plastic. a gold gear. Oh, plus you cannot make a traditional mob spawner like Minecraft said you want spawner and use spawn egg to clear it. Yo, where'd you find that information? Was it like AI generalized or was it like on a wiki? We're gonna have to go and put the inputs and outputs. Neural network mob farm by collecting model to spawn them. No dolly. No way to craft it. And it does say interact with a spawn egg. I know you can get spawn eggs on here, so yeah, that kind of sucks. So we should see that go. We only need 4 plastic. Alright, it does work. Awesome. Just needed to test that out real quick. Sourceful furnace. We need really another bucket? What is this mod pack with using buckets, bro? Conveyor belt, 6 plastic, 2 iron, redstone. Infinity generator. So, question, Leon, about the data model. With the hostile neural network. How do we spawn them using the data model? So we just gotta make a data model. I feel like we're locked out of that right now. Yeah, we're locked out of that. I'm gonna have to push straight towards the hostile neural network. which sucks. This goes so slow. Is there a way to upgrade it? Industrial foregoing. No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn all sorts of things about that. We'll hold off on the conveyor belt. So, blocks of redstone. Thermal cell. Deep learning. Plot. Okay, so it's basically what was happening on Create Chronicles. I mean, to my knowledge, it didn't give the XP or anything. I guess the true question is, in terms of getting hearts and stuff, player killed mobs, drops hearts from the pigs. I wonder. Damn, I hate not knowing anything about it until I get to their respected category on the quest book. Which kind of sucks. Speaking of sucking, I don't know how good this infinity generator is. Conveyor belts. Oh my god. What am I looking at right now? Okay. Okay, so JEI will show you what fuels are allowed in the gold generator. Uses nether items to produce RF. Well, we make like 9,000 netherrack a second. So, I mean, hmm. I'm thinking the steam generator might be the best in terms of automation. What am I looking at? Requires heat cores inside of the generator. What are heat cores? Oils? This is so confusing. I know I'm gonna need it to power this, so I think I might just use the steam one, honestly. Yeah, that's a bit complicated. As much as I want to shoot through my gold supply, I don't really want to. It is an option, but not the ideal one. Think we have enough for the conveyor belt now? All right. Redstone, 2 iron. And that should be chapter complete. The moment I've been dreading. AE2. Ah. I'm getting flashbacks to when I was a kid trying to figure it out. Where's the... I'm missing a book. I'm gonna say it's probably over here. I need the Blood Altar book. I don't know where it is. Am I blind? There it is. Yeah, I was blind. Okay. So we got... We got some nonsense going on right now. We can hold off on that later till we need like a power unit. So to start AE2, we're going to need quartz, of course. Which, funnily enough, we have plenty. We have a lot. been working its magic. So we'll have all the quartz we'll ever need. We just need the void hopper to spawn the endermites. But I do have some here. But we don't have enough. We have enough for 4. Which I'm gonna assume it's just good enough. You know what? We do have enough. Thank God. I'm only going to make 5. Because I don't wanna kill endermites the entire time. So we'll grab 5 of these. So in order to make Certus quartz dust, we have to strain it in purified water. Okay. Silicon. Smelt it. But do I have any purifying mulch? Yes. And I can... that. Might have to save and quit. I don't know why this does it for every mod pack that he has. One of the biggest problems was when I was trying to play Infernopolis, which you have to throw a bowl into lava, and it would just consume the bowl and it wouldn't drop the bowl of lava. And that was so annoying, because it was almost a necessity in the early game. All right, we got our strainer. We got our cloche. Right. Got tired of running out of those. So we got enough fluid pipes. Go ahead and make some buckets. So I'm thinking about connecting the... Thinking about connecting it. I think I might connect, actually. And we'll just have this as the other area. We'll do that. Relay this. Middle. I hope this has enough power. It's my biggest concern. Let's keep an eye on the accumulator. Wow, it's actually taking it really well. We're still at a net positive for it as well. So that'll be okay. So for the strainer, we'll get some blocks. We'll make it look at least halfway decent. You know what? We're gonna use deep slate, actually, since I've been making these. Wooden hoppers. Planks and logs. Yeah, well, let's go make a bunch of hoppers using this lime green. All right. Easy peasy. Got a bunch of hoppers here. Set this up. Strainer there. Glass. Hopper down. So that will be the start. That'll be the Certus quartz dust. So we'll put one there. And then we'll have two. We'll have it split, I guess. Because we're going to need some silicon. So we'll place the thing there. Or no, we'll place the thing there. And that'll be the furnace. And then that'll be the silicon. And then how do I get this? So I need a blaster. So a regular furnace makes silicon, but a blast furnace makes Certus quartz. So we'll need a furnace and a blast furnace. And that's part 1. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of nodes over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and smelt a stack of stone. Get some smooth stone. So we'll get our blast furnace going. Let me grab more drawers. So probably gonna have to fill up this again. Of our item filters. Man, that looks so nice. This. That'll be the furnace array. So I'm gonna need 6 furnace. Well, resource generator. 1, 2, 1 for the blast furnace. And I'm gonna need 6 void chunks. We have so much room now. Alright, so this will be the regular furnace. Only requires 2. So this one will require 4, which I want to loop around actually. So it's more compact. Alright, so this will be the blast furnace. We're gonna need We're gonna need one for the quartz. The quartz mesh. Well, guess we could put it there. We'll have the quartz mesh go into this one, and it'll filter right into the strainer. Let's go grab 5 barrels. Let's get the quartz up and going. So quartz is done. I don't think I need to void that. So grab a bunch of inputs and outputs. And the rest of our item filters that we can get. Oh, they're done. Sweet. Good to see that. We don't have that many outputs. It's kind of bad. Alright. Plop her into there. Don't need the bucket anymore. We'll put these as a starting point. We will put this in there. Input there. Quartz mesh. Output go in here. Need a quartz and a mesh. That'll go in there. So the quartz put in with the mesh. We're going to need another input for this. Right? Hook these up to the master node. Please be close enough. Thank goodness. Now, this should be able to start straining. Right? That'll start the process over here. Right? So now we have soda quartz dust. Sweet. Okay. Let's go make that blast furnace. In fact, while we're here, I'm actually gonna make a smooth stone farm as well, because I would really like to have smooth stone on the normal. So I believe we could just use a furnace array with that as well. So we'll set that up as well. Blast furnace. Okay. I do want to work on making this place look good once I get all my machines and stuff, but the blast furnace is going to go there. Hopper this. So we'll take this one. Put in there. That, put in there. Go. So we have all of the things, so we'll have it set in our inventory for a little bit. Okay. We got the base of the problem done. We'll go ahead and take we'll take one of these guys. We'll actually sit and replace these, because this is more important to us right now, so we'll swap it out. Put the everything upgrade in there. So that'll make it last a little bit longer. Okay. How are we gonna do this? Hope it splits. I don't think it will, though. I think it'll go in order. Okay, so it's gonna prioritize that first. Set that to 1. It's gonna be a slow process, but we'll hold off on the silicon for now. Alright, let's go grab a uranium block. We'll go ahead and start making smooth stone automation, because it's a nice building block. Everyone can admit that. Okay. So for smooth stone, we'll make it... I guess we'll put it over this way. I I do need a resource generator, though. Okay, do we have the furnace? No, we don't. We don't have the resource generators either. You know what? We'll probably make it here, actually. So, we'll just set it along this wall. From here, we'll go here, there. I even just... We can't generate the smooth stone like that. So what we'll do, we'll put the stone there. Place the arena block. Gonna make a lot. It's gonna filter into the furnace. Powered this way. And then can't do it like that. Furnace is going to be there. Poppering into the furnace. Okay. Yeah, looks like a phallic object with a little bit of growth, but you know, whatever. uh it is what it is. We can hide it later. Put a node and just have it sent over here. It is what it is. Well, I believe that's everything that I can do right now. Fluid. You're gonna have to make a lot more inputs. But we got soda quartz, so that's all that matters. So now we're gonna have to take and move the soda quartz to the chargers. Oh, man. Well, this whole thing needed to be chunk loaded anyway, so that works. $67 quartz. Ten turns or 1600 AE. We still need to craft those two. I guess we can go ahead and do that too. Might as well knock those off before I forget. Because technically its march is complete, but it's not really complete. We'll do 1, 2, 4. And actually make it. Framed simple compacting. So we just need void portal. I didn't realize it was that cheap, actually. Or okay, that looks pretty crisp, I ain't gonna lie. How do I access it? Oh well. Quest is done though. Quartz glass. So I suppose I could sit AFK for a while. Let this cook up. That's one way to do it. So we got the quartz glass, which... What glass is blast resistant, I wonder? I fuck up. Hmm. This is going to be a long line of AFKing. I can feel it. Going to be a super long line of AFKing. Well, time to see if the charging works. Is it keeping up? Ow. Yeah, that's not even making a dent. I wonder something. Can I route the fucking mesh all the way? Can you not set the node? Hmm. Is that not viable? Why is it not allowing me to set it to the master node? Well, I mean, at all worst, do it this way. Actually, I want to set it from the other direction. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tear this apart anyway, so... I didn't want that. Think that did it? No. How is it not reaching? Hmm. Output node, that's why. Hmm. This is a little complicated. But it seems to have worked. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna force load this area over here. I think that will solve it. Jeez. There's so much. There's actually so much. Of course, it'll take forever for the meshes to get used up, but you know. Might as well have a surplus, right? Bro, how many did I set to have over here? Holy. Yeah, bro, that ain't... I fucked up. I can't do it until I take it off of the... Until I take it off of the network. So... I think it's 512. I think that's how much I can take out up until... Well, I didn't realize 2 golds put it that far up. That's insane. Super insane. Guess we're gonna put the arc furnace over there whenever we get to that point. I really hope thermoelectric generators is just enough to power everything. Because I don't want to set up a biodiesel generator thing. It's like 3 to 4 machines. I ain't about that life. 9 million wires is one thing. There's so many. Two more trips, and I'm just gonna leave it as is. Let it despawn. I'm not running out of quartz anytime soon. But hey, they're tier 5 mesh. Oh wow, that was the last run. Okay. Works out. Okay. How are we doing on this? Pretty good. Oh man, I need to put an empty budding stone in there. Do I even have a spare one of those? I do. I do. How's the plastic going? 30. Not bad. Did I avoid this? I did not void this. What are the shards for? What? We'll worry about that later. That's like a whole separate tier. I'm gonna avoid that just for inventory's sake. Oh, I do have a few in there, so that's good. I'll save it for later. I don't think I'm gonna need any more, like, of that resource. We'll have this on me. Put my wallet up. Slowly migrating to this section of the base. Avoid the wood. A lot of magenta wood. Well, I think I'm going to AFK for a few days. While this does its thing. I don't technically have to AFK, but I feel like I should AFK a little bit. While all of this is growing and stuff, I could assembly, like I said before, prior, I can assemble the sandstone to crush it, to make nitrate, to send to the biodiesel thing. But I think for now, we're going to work on AE so I can set up everything to my AE controller and have access to every resource. But that means I would have to run wire to just about all of my, I guess the bottom of these. I think that would be the best. Because I don't want to touch the top parts, because that's pointless. Here, 65. It's A-okay. Alright, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end today's stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, plus comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.